In a multi-billion-dollar deal, Fox has announced it'll take over stations in several major cities, including KDFW in Dallas.
Summer 1994. While the market is still sorting out the ramifications of the impending network affiliation switches, one station, a station that isn't switching, has already made the decision to be proactive.
It's about reaching higher.
Fall 1994. Kxas lays the foundation by launching a bold new positioning campaign that unifies its history, energy, and breaking news supremacy under one powerful slogan.
First on 5.
Simultaneously, Channel 5 maximizes synergism with its sister station, KXTX Channel 39. The Dallas Morning News at Channel 5 impressively used its new sister station, Channel 39. It was the beginning of a new era in election night coverage, and you saw it first on 5. Meanwhile, the station researches other markets where network switches have already occurred. January 1995. The marketing plan is drafted. A plan to seize opportunity in the midst of uncertainty, to use the July network switches as a catalyst for new sampling of KXAS news. The strategy? 4-alarm fire tore through a Dallas apartment building.
We now have Chopper 5 circling.
Heavy proof of performance promotion to constantly reinforce the first on 5 position.
75-mile-per-hour wind gusts along with softball-sized hail.
Falling upon children and adults. Sunday's Dallas Morning News. Channel 5 was first on the air with continuous coverage.
Continuing to move towards the east into Dallas County.
One of the places it hit hardest, sending debris on top of the workers.
Channel 5 storm coverage had the largest audiences.
It was an unprecedented undercover investigation that received unprecedented attention.
We watched the Channel 5 news report about discipline problems in our classes. It was deeply disturbing.
Public Defender Marty Griffin's investigation galvanized school officials.
Discipline is a critical issue, and your video shows it.
And was quickly followed by unanimous adoption of the toughest discipline policy in the nation. Public Defender investigations that make a difference. First on 5. A high-impact introduction of the new KXAS 5 a.m. newscast.
Can you take the clothes to the cleaners?
5 o'clock in the morning.
Now, Jeff Eliasoff, Ken Adams, and meteorologist Rebecca Miller at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, the news is on at 5 o'clock in the morning.
What keeps Channel 5's weather operation? Strong reinforcement of the station's unmatched weather franchise.
Channel 5, the only station with 3 professional meteorologists.
And in June, phase 2 of the First on 5 positioning campaign. First, a tease. Then a multimedia blitz.
You're on with Dr. Fraser Crane. I'm listening.
This is Margie. My husband is depressed and confused with all these network changes. He can't figure out which TV station is which.
Yes, we all feel like we're wallowing in a mire of misery, bereft of solid ground. Have you tried to help?
I thought of hiding the remote.
My God, woman, you can't take away the very object that brings him joy. Just reassure him that NBC is where it's always been, on the first TV station in Texas. First on 5.
The phones are ringing like crazy at the radio station. People in Dallas-Fort Worth are traumatized over some networks changing their TV stations. Now, if Fraser were here, he would probably tell you to say this over and over as a daily affirmation. First on 5, still on 5. First on 5, still on 5. If those other networks don't care about your feelings, switch them off.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Police waited almost 10 hours, then finally moved in on a man holding a woman at knife point in her apartment. Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us.
When news was only available by newspaper or radio, a group of rebel Texans broke tradition by launching the first television news in Texas. They made history by recording history, and by launching one of the first television weather operations in America. Today, that station is the first to harness 3 separate channels for news and weather programming, ushering Dallas-Fort Worth onto the information superhighway. An unprecedented commitment to covering your changing world. First on 5.
Dispatch Unit 621 is clear.
Roger, 621.
They are not typical police officers.
Unit 714, respond to
They don't go where others go. They don't do what most officers do.
714, did you receive that
You
call?
won't believe what they're up to.
714, please respond.
And now, our hidden camera has caught it all. Channel 5 Public Defender Marty Griffin shows you what some police officers are actually doing while they're on the job. Dishonorable duty, tonight at 10 on 5.
714, come in, please.
Welcome to our 5th grade graduation.
Imagine a system that promotes students to the next grade, even though they've never passed a class. Students in high school, who based upon their achievements should still be in grade school. That's just what Public Defender Marty Griffin uncovered in his investigation of some major North Texas school systems. How is this promotion policy cheating your children? And what can be done to stop it? Failing system. A Public Defender investigation tonight at 10 on 5.
30 million people see it every week, but very few know what really goes on. Now a Channel 5 exclusive shows you a side of the ER you've never seen before. See firsthand all the tricks of the trade and find out why this huge hit show was almost never made. ER, the real story, tonight at 10 on 5.
He's a public figure with some private business problems. His clients are threatening lawsuits. One woman claims she lost her home because of his broken promises, and he's a Dallas elected official. Monday, Channel 5 Public Defender Marty Griffin investigates a Dallas office holder accused of mistreating his clients. Public Trust, a public defender investigation, Monday at 10 on 5.
The TV stations are all lined up, and they're off. Passing 1948, and look, Channel 5 has the first news and weathercast in Texas. The others are already behind. Channel 5 speeds ahead with the first color broadcast. Can you believe it, folks? They're breaking through with the first 2-hour morning newscast. Now Channel 5 teams up with Channel 39 to cover even more ground. They're smoking the competition. First with breaking news, first in weather, first on 5 as the race continues.
Results? Acclaim for the campaign, and more importantly, unprecedented growth for Kxas News. In July, the first rating period after the network switches, Texas News 5 at 10 moves into a tie for #1 among the key women 25 to 54 demographic for the first time in 2 decades. Channel 5's 5 and 6 p.m. newscasts also experience dramatic growth. And this is only the beginning.
An unprecedented commitment to covering your changing world. First on 5.